Hello, everyone. Welcome to Great Thinkers Thursdays. I'm Shannon. This is where I stroll through history and pluck a bit of wisdom from our great thinkers, and then apply it to OCD recovery. This is my favorite series to do. Our special guest today is John Grant, born Paul le Page Barnett in Scotland in 1949, and known by the pen name of John Grant. He was a Scottish writer and editor of science fiction, fantasy, and nonfiction. He lived in New Jersey in the United States and passed away in 2020. John Grant wrote to us, "Fraud is the daughter of greed." How does that apply to OCD? Well, you suffer and struggle through the endless cycle of obsessions, anxiety, and compulsions. It is nonstop. It is continuous, and it is an agonizing loop. We end up giving OCD what it wants because we give value to the thoughts, images, urges, and feelings, and we have convinced ourselves that we need immediate certainty and immediate relief from anxiety. We break and do the compulsion, and we may feel better in that moment because we think we have some assurance that there isn't a problem to be worried about, only to be harassed again and again and again. OCD always comes back for more. Why? OCD is a greedy tyrant. OCD's appetite is insatiable. It can never be satisfied. And as long as you are willing to give, it will take, and it will take, and it will take some more. It won't stop. Think back in your own history with OCD. Was it once ever satisfied when you gave into a compulsion? No. Did it once ever honor a promise to leave you alone if you just gave into a compulsion one last time? No. To feed its greed, OCD must get you to respond. It's called the doubting disorder for a reason. It has a bottomless supply of doubt. Is that even possible? Yes. If one is not constrained by the truth, sure. Shoot, if you could say anything you want where truth is not a factor, one could introduce an endless stream of doubt. And herein lies the secret sauce behind recovery, and why John Grant's quote is so revealing and helpful to us. OCD is a fraudster. It needs to defraud to feed its insatiable greed. OCD will say anything to get what it craves. The epiphany of my own recovery was to learn that OCD's greatest vulnerability was my indifference to the thoughts. They had no value. I realized I could be indifferent if I stopped giving value to the thoughts, images, urges, and feelings. And here's the point. I didn't know that they were false narratives. I just had a theory that they were, partly based on logic, but also by observing that I had actually never witnessed any of OCD's threats or consequences coming true. I took the burden of certainty off of my shoulders and decided that I needed to move forward despite having uncertainty and in the face of anxiety. I called OCD's bluff. And the more I did, the more I realized that my anxiety eventually subsided. I do what I do now in this OCD recovery space because I want everyone who suffers from OCD to know that I kicked down OCD's door to expose it for the fraud that it is. OCD is like the man behind the curtain in the movie The Wizard of Oz. It has a big microphone and lots of smoke and mirrors, but it really has no power or ability to back up what it says. Call OCD's bluff. Treat it as the fraudster it is. Stop falling for its schemes and tricks. You'll have to endure anxiety and uncertainty in the moment and for a while thereafter, but that immediate pain is productive pain and worth it. It'll give you the ultimate real relief you so earnestly desire. You too will find out that OCD is all bark and no bite. OCD can be defeated. I'm with you. Let's go.